Be here.
DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlamagne the God.
Wake that ass up. The Breakfast Club is on right.
I am feeling blessed. I'm talking to the Breakfast Club this morning.
Okay. I love coming here. I'm never not going to come here. You guys are good to me. In return, I'm always going to be good to y'all.
For a lot of people in the hip-hop generation, the Breakfast Club is where people get their information on the topics, on the artists, and everything like that. In that aspect, radio is still important.
The Breakfast Club.
When my name come up, respect it.
Good morning, USA!
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ Envy.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday.
Yes, it's Thursday.
The weekend is here.
Yes, the weekend is not here.
Yes, it is, man.
Say that, man.
My weekend starts on Thursday. I don't do that 2-day, weekend thing. I know people like to start their weekend on Friday. I start mine on Thursday. Okay.
Well, first let's drop a bomb for Leonard McKelvey, Charlamagne.
Why? What happened?
I think it's Leonard.
It's definitely Leonard. What
Leonard
happened?
is Leonard. Leonard McKelvey. He drop a bomb, drop another one.
Why? What happened?
Season 2, your show has been renewed.
Oh, we can talk about that later.
That's pretty dope. No, man. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Congratulations.
that.
Such a big deal. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But we can talk about that.
No, we're going to talk about it later. We're going to talk about it
how
now,
when you
too.
was walking in.
No, you stop it, man.
When you was walking in the building, you was running from me. And then you pulled your hoodie down over your butt like I was looking or something.
Yo.
And just because he did it in such a blatant way, I said, don't cover it up. Why are you still sagging your pants, bro?
I'm not sagging my pants.
You are too old for this.
And I know how women feel now. You know when a guy just looks at you like a piece of meat? I jumped out the car, and I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. I had to cover my ass.
Well, you deserve to be objectified, okay? All right? That's karma, all right? Sometimes men deserve to be objectified sometimes. If you're going to walk around sagging your pants with your ass all out, okay, what do you expect?
Oh, stop it.
All right?
All right. Well, we have a special guest joining us this morning.
Oh!
Drop her record.
Come on, man. Special guest ain't the right word.
Drop her record.
She's an icon, a living legend.
Keep talking.
Every time I'm around her, my palms start sweating. Oh. Every time I'm around her, my mouth gets dry.
Oh.
I have never, ever gotten out of groupie mode when I'm around this individual, okay?
All
the
right.
queen of hip-hop soul, cultural icon, Mary J. Blige.
That's right.
Okay?
Mary J. Blige will be joining us straight off the Super Bowl.
Come on, man.
Straight off her album coming out.
Man.
What's the name of that? Hello, Gorgeous? Or
Good Morning, Gorgeous,
Good
crazy
morning,
man.
Gorgeous. Yes.
What's wrong with you?
Mary J. Blige will be joining us this morning. And,
Come on, man.
Let's get the show cracking. We're going to start off with Be Happy.
This is the classic record. This is the record that I play whenever I'm feeling down.
All right, it's the
You hear
Breakfast
me?
Club. Front Page News is next.
How can I love somebody else? Life is too short to be trying to play some games.
All right.
Take some time and think about, is it really worth losing me? Why must it be this way? Why do you have to play with my mind all the time? Help me sing it. All I really want is, there's no such thing as being offbeat when you're happy. Drop on the clues, moms would be happy. Man, that is an instant pick me up. You hear me? I don't care what depression you're dealing with, what anxiety you're dealing with, what lack of worthiness you're dealing with. You throw that Be Happy on. For them 3-4 minutes, you're going to feel happy.
There you go.
But you'll be right back sad again.
All right.
The song's over.
Well, let's get in some Front Page News. And by the way, Mary J. Blige, if you're just joining us, will be joining us this morning next hour. All right? But what we got, Yeezy?
All right. Well, let's talk about President Joe Biden. Now, yesterday he was making an appeal for diplomacy to continue. Right now, everybody is watching to see if Russian President Vladimir Putin orders an invasion of Ukraine, which is their neighbor. And also, Joe Biden warned that a Russian attack on Ukraine will be met with overwhelming international condemnation. Here is what Joe Biden has to say about a possible war.
World War II was a war of necessity. But if Russia attacks Ukraine, it would be a war of choice or a war without cause or reason. I say these things not to provoke, but to speak the truth. If Russia does invade in the days and weeks ahead, the human cost for Ukraine will be immense. And the strategic cost for Russia will also be immense. If Russia attacks Ukraine, it'll be met with overwhelming international condemnation. The world will not forget that Russia chose needless death and destruction. The United States and our allies and partners will respond decisively.
I hope people are finally paying attention to what's going on. I mean, this has been going on for a while now. I mean, and then it's even scarier when you see, Russia and China's alliance, and then you see America giving Ukraine $1 billion to support their economy amid their tensions with Russia. Like, we might be on the brink of World War III. Have you ever read George Orwell's book, 1984, which was a cautionary tale? It was a science fiction novel, but man, this feels a lot like it.
All right. Well, according to reports, they are saying that Russia does have 150,000 troops along the border of Ukraine. And they are denying, by the way, Russia is denying they have plans to attack Ukraine. So here is what Joe Biden has to say about the U.S. and sending troops.
While I will not send American servicemen to fight in Ukraine, we have supplied the Ukrainian military with equipment to help them defend themselves. And make no mistake, the United States will defend every inch of NATO territory with the full force of American power. Already, in response to Russia's buildup of troops, I've sent additional U.S. forces to bolster NATO's eastern flank. And if Russia invades, we'll take further steps to reinforce our presence in NATO, reassure us for our allies, and deter further aggression.
Someone just assumed that Biden-Putin call didn't go as planned, huh?
No.
Clearly, they didn't. There was no diplomacy on that phone call. Sound like they ready to nuck if somebody bucks.
Right. Well, Biden is saying that the U.S. is not seeking direct confrontation with Russia, but he says that if Russia does target Americans in Ukraine, we will respond forcefully. But they have been saying that American people should come back if they're in Ukraine.
I mean, they got every right to jump on Russia if they want to. It's not like Russia, didn't interfere with our elections and other things. But I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Well, that is your front page
news. I don't want to see. But
they've been pushing us. They've been poking us.
I hope it doesn't happen.
They've been poking our forehead for a while.
I don't want to see World War III in my lifetime.
No?
No.
But they've been poking our forehead, though. All right. Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Hit us right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning, Envy. Good morning, Charlamagne. Good morning, Angela. What's going on? It's Rick.
Rick, what up?
Morning, Rick.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, did anybody catch the Kanye West documentary that premiered on Netflix?
Yes, sir. I saw the first part that came out.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's good to see all that his come up, his journey, and those that footage that he's had for all these years, showing his journey to where he's at right now. It really shows that Kanye's been a narcissistic cornball for a long time.
Man, stop. But you know what though? You know what I got from it? I got from especially the part when he was walking through the office and everybody was fronting on him when he was playing All Falls Down.
Yeah.
Which is that was very interesting to me because I think a lot of that he's still projecting a lot of that pain. Like, y'all fronted on me. So F all of y'all.
What I got from it is how important it is for you as a parent to reinforce your child. A lot of his confidence came from what his mom told him. You know what I mean? And she was there in his ear telling him he's the best, and that's why he believes that.
But no, his mom also told him he was very self-absorbed. And his mom also told him that a giant should look in the mirror and see nothing, and he couldn't understand that.
Yeah, but at the same time, she didn't, downplay it. And she told him not to stay humble, but still keep the same energy that you believe that you got in yourself. So it was really important for her. You could see why when he lost her, how it was so traumatic. And I mean, he was really the person that he ran to for confidence and for building him up and for advice. And she was really into his stuff, singing his lines word for word and stuff like that. So you can see how important it was. And I'm interested to see the rest, but I'm still thinking he's a cornball. He's always going to be a cornball.
He's definitely a narcissist. He's definitely a narcissistic egomaniac. But you can check out Genius on Netflix right now. It is. The first part is very interesting.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. Hello, who's this?
Good morning, DJ Envy. This is Courtney from Atlanta, bro.
Courtney from the A. What's up, brother?
What's up? Hey, Uncle Charlotte. Hey, Angela Yee. How y'all doing?
Hey.
How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. Uncle Charlotte, I just wanted to shout you out, man. I'm proud that you got picked up for season 2. Episode, I think it was 4, when you did the social media episode, bro. After that, I got off socials, bro. I realized how much I was addicted to social media and everything, and I got off, man. And I wanted to just shout you out and congratulate you, King.
Thank you, brother.
Doing is open the eyes for a lot of people, man.
Thank you, man.
That's
Can't
what
wait
it
for
is, brother.
season 2. The God's Honest Truth will be back this summer.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, good morning, Breakfast Club. How are you?
How are you?
I'm okay. Cassandra Doc from New Jersey.
Peace, Cassandra.
Hi. And I want to talk about the young black kid, Zakai Knowles, who was involved in the confrontation at the Bridgewater Mall with the young white kid. Zakai Knowles, if you guys saw the video, I see where Revolt TV also posted it. If you watch the video, you will see how the officer, when they got to the scene, they immediately take Zakai to the floor, put handcuffs on him, and let the young white kid walk. And now they told Zakai he's banned from the mall for 3 years.
I saw that.
Yeah, that is crazy. I mean, I seen that. I was highly upset with that. I mean, and there was no reason to tackle him on the floor. They were fighting. They should have broke both of those up. But yeah, you could tell that they had tackled him to the floor because he was black. There was no other reason why to tackle one to the floor and not the other one.
No other reason.
No other reason.
Yeah, Governor Murphy released a statement, and he said that the appearance of what is racially disparate treatment is deeply, deeply disturbing. But it's like, okay, after you release that statement, now what? What are we going to do?
Exactly.
What's going to be the disciplinary action against the police? What's going to happen?
Because they sat one kid down. They didn't sit him down aggressively. He sat down on his own. He got back up when the other kid was getting arrested. Like it was. I couldn't imagine that being my son. And if you look at how the fight started, you see that the white kid was the one that actually started the fight.
Exactly.
He started the fight.
So,
and then what wound up happening is the white kid got the best of the black kid at first, and then the black kid turned it around and started whooping his ass, and the cops came.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. Even the cops sitting the white dude down on the couch, like, get comfortable. Then goes over to the black guy to help arrest him.
Crazy.
Like, that's wild.
That is ridiculous.
And they were bullying him. So I'm gonna talk further with the family. We're probably gonna go out there this weekend. My partner Donna Jackson and I, and do a live because we're gonna see what the family how they want to move on it. But we have to further bring awareness to this and see what Governor Murphy gonna do. And we're gonna call him out and see what you gonna do, Governor Murphy. What you gonna do?
And also, why we don't know the name of the officers? Like, I always wonder about these stories because we know the young black man's name, but why we don't know the name of the officers?
They didn't post him.
I didn't see him nowhere.
I thought they did.
I'm not saying they didn't, but I didn't see him.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it either.
I thought they did, but I wasn't looking for their names though. Anyway, but yeah, it was so disgusting, and definitely praying for that family, man, because you know what type of trauma that young man's gonna have for the rest of his life.
Exactly.
My goodness.
Exactly.
My goodness. Well, thank you for calling.
Okay, thanks, guys.
You be safe out there.
Ben Crump is already on the case too, by the way. Ben Crump.
There?
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
He's representing the family. Yeah.
Oh, good. Hello, who's this?
This is Mike.
Mike, what up? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, man. I want to put my contractor on blast, who's been doing work on my house. He hasn't done any work this year.
Nah, I get
Now,
it.
what work are you getting done?
Well, I called y'all for the Christmas, for the change for change, and I told y'all I had a fire, and I've just been.
I remember.
Like they didn't winterize the crib, so my water pipes popped. Like everything that could go wrong has been going wrong.
Did the insurance company pay you, or they're paying the contractor directly? They're paying you?
They paid the bank.
They paid the bank, so you got the money.
No. I've given them payments as they have asked for it, and they just haven't done the work.
Okay, because what I tell everybody to do, and I know a lot of people that call me and they have a problem with contractors. What I tell people to do is this: when you speak to the contract, you find out what supplies you need, right? Because you're going to need supplies, whether it's wood, whether it's lumber, whether it's sheetrock, whether it's nails, bolts, wood floors, lights, lighting fixtures. You find out what you need, right? Give them a list. You purchase the stuff that you need, right? And then you pay the contractor when he gets the work done. So that way you don't have to give nobody up. Like, what do you need upfront money for? I'm paying for the supplies. I have the supplies. I own the supplies. Now I'm paying you for your work. I pay you hourly for what you work. That saves a lot of money. That saves a lot of problems. And that saves situations like that. And I tell everybody, it takes a little extra time, but it'll save you money and you won't have that problem with contractors. I do that for every project that I do. I buy the supplies myself.
Wish I knew that before, Anthony.
No, it's all good. I mean, it's a learning lesson. I had to, believe me, Angela knows, I had to learn the hard way as well. But, you start doing it that way and you start taking control of your own narrative and you can figure out your own ish. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way?
Yes, and Wendy Williams is sharing a personal video, and she does look like she's fine. So we'll tell you what she had to say.
All right, we'll get into that next. Don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
We could have been superstars, riding around in fancy cars or jacking cars. But now it's not safe for you.
Morning, everybody.
Because you switch like a little...
Morning, everybody. We on The Breakfast Club, man. Good morning.
Yak entertains me in ways that y'all don't even know. Salute to Kodak Black.
All right. Well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Wendy Williams.
Listen up. It's just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report.
Gossip.
With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, it looks like Wendy Williams has a new Instagram page. It's The Real Wendy Williams Online. And the first thing she did is post a video letting people know that she is coming back stronger. Now, apparently, she has been trying to get herself together. She's in Florida, where she said it's very peaceful. She's been going to the gym, going to the ocean. And she said right now she's 56 years old, even though she's 57. She misspoke on her age. It happens. But here's what she had to say.
Be all I can be, and then get back to New York and get on down. The Wendy Williams Show.
So wait, Wendy's show not her page no more?
This is a personal page, so maybe she's using that for business. Not
Oh,
sure
gotcha,
for her
gotcha.
show. But this is a personal page. Only 2 posts on it, so she just made it.
Yeah.
So she said that things usually start about 40 and they go up from there. So you have to eat the right food, make sure you take care of yourself and all of that. But it looks like she is talking about coming back to New York and getting back to the Wendy Williams Show.
Well, I'm sending Wendy Williams healing energy always. And I hope she does get back. And I hope she's able to come back, do the show for a while, and go out the way she wants to go out. And I hope, we see a different version of Wendy Williams when she comes back. I hope we see a version of Wendy who isn't projecting her pain on the other people. That's what I hope for. Wendy Williams.
All right, now let's talk about New Edition. As you know, they are going on a nationwide tour, and they sat down with Tamron Hall to discuss what they have going on and share a few stories they've never previously spoken about, and also how they're prepping for their first tour in a decade. Here's what happened.
When I look back at those videos, especially Candy Girl, that very first moment we saw this magic, when did you know, or were you too young to understand it?
I think I knew from the beginning. As much rehearsals we used to do, as many shows as we used to do, talent show to talent show to talent show. It was just something that I knew that it could happen for us. Watching Soul Train just, further, and being on Soul Train just further instilled a meaningful
Confirmation,
yes.
Right. Yes.
That we were gonna, make it.
That's my favorite R&B group. I love New Edition. Anytime they come in town, I take the kids, I take the family. I really love them. They are some really good brothers. So
I'm going.
Shout to
I'll
Bobby,
be there.
Mike Bivens, Ralph.
What's the tour schedule? Uncle be there.
Listen, I know they're in
Johnny
Atlanta
Gill.
on Sunday, and I'm in Atlanta right now, but unfortunately I'm coming back because that was the plan. But, we got to figure it out.
I got to go in this one.
It's a nice trip to take, too.
Yes, and my kids love New Edition. Like, they love them.
I'll go someplace warm if they come to Charlotte or somewhere in South Carolina.
I think it's warm in Atlanta now, right? I think it's like 70 degrees this weekend.
Yeah, I think it's going to get a little bit warmer here. It's been a little chilly, but it's not too bad. It's not like New York cold. All right, now, here is what they had to say. Harry Brown had to say about getting back to dancing and doing all his moves, because, he is known for that.
Every I has to be dotted and every T has to be crossed in order to perform with these guys. I'm just getting back into it, really trying hard. It's difficult to do the dance steps after you haven't been doing them for a while. It's about muscle memory, and I'm trying to get that back.
Bobby, I promise you we understand. We will not hold it against you if you have lost a step or two, okay? You're still Bobby Brown.
Those dance moves are no joke,
That's
too,
right.
by the way.
And by the way,
it
when
ain't easy for nobody.
That's right. And when you add a New Edition show, you're trying to do the dances. You know what I mean? So you're really not paying that much attention to the fact that they might be a little offbeat. We all understand we old now, Bobby. We all old now.
I would love to see them at Essence again. I seen them at Essence, and they performed amazing. I'm surprised they're not doing All-Star this year, but in Cleveland.
But they are going to be at the Garden next Saturday. On the 26th. Is that next Saturday? Yeah.
The Garden?
All right, now.
Really?
There we go. Now you're talking.
All right, now, and I've been telling y'all about MJ the musical, The Play, and Tamron Hall also referenced the Michael Jackson musical, The Play, and here's what she said.
Just went to see the Michael Jackson musical on Broadway, and Ralph, to know that y'all beat Michael Jackson in the Billboard, you topped Michael Jackson.
At the time, we didn't know either. We didn't know what we did. We didn't know what type of accomplishment the Billboard charts were and all that. We just heard that we knew that was a countdown of the music and the best music that's out right now. So when we heard that we beat Michael, that was just all that meant to us. Oh, we beat Michael Jackson. We must be doing good.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it. So guys, get ready for that tour to kick off. Mm-hmm. All right. The Tinder swindler has signed with a Hollywood agent. I know y'all haven't seen the Netflix documentary yet, The Tinder Swindler, but you guys should definitely watch that.
I thought he was a con man.
Yeah, he was. He actually went to jail. I think he only went for like 14 months, but he conned one woman out of $500,000. I mean, these women were thinking that he was pretending his dad was like a diamond he sold diamonds and had a huge diamond corporation, and he had all this money, and he was doing stuff like putting women on these private jets to come see him places. But then he was like, oh, I got in trouble. I got beat up. My security got beat up. I need money to get out of here. They froze my accounts. So he was definitely swindling these women out of money. So you can imagine the long lasting trauma, and not to mention the financial trauma that they've had from dealing with him. Well, now it looks like he wants to cash in on everybody talking about him. And he is talking about doing a podcast where he's going to share his dating do's and don'ts. He also has been banned from all dating apps and deleted his Instagram account after that documentary came out. But now he's talking about, doing different things and trying to get into acting and finding love. He wants to do a dating show and all of that.
My question when things like that happen is why? You know what I mean? Like when I talk about D-Rod and dysfunction, this is what I'm talking about.
You mean,
like why would an agent sign him knowing that he's a known con man?
Because
I have no idea.
The Tinder Swindler documentary is, it's a documentary, right?
Yes.
So it's a doc that people watch and they're interested in, the world. That doesn't mean necessarily interested in him as an individual enough to want to follow him. He's not a star
people
now.
People be interested in him and how he swindled these women. And
they did. It's in the doc. That's why you watch the doc.
But if he does a podcast, he'll tell, the signs and things from his point of view. The same reason why people, when somebody breaks into a government building on the internet and then the government hires them to make sure they
you don't feel like we're rewarding bad behavior by doing that?
We are, but people are looking for a check.
That's whack.
They're looking for money.
I think it's very whack. And it says a lot. And you can't complain, about things like that, but then sign it and empower it. You know what I mean?
That's the same thing when people do when they catch these drug dealers or these people that sold a lot of drugs, and then when they come home, they give them a book, they give them a movie, all that. It's almost like rewarding them.
Well, those stories are interesting.
Some people find these interesting.
It's the story. You know what I mean?
People find this interesting too.
I don't mind the story being told, but signing him as an individual and putting him out to the public and acting like he's some celebrity, that's whack.
People do it all.
Like you're just rewarding bad behavior.
Front page news is coming up. That is your rumor report. We'll be talking about the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams. He met with some drill rap artists. He also met with Mano as well, and he was with Fabio Foreign, and we'll tell you what happened.
Fabio got a dope record out right now, too. City of Gods is dope. All right.
City of Gods is dope.
All right, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
The General Insurance is a quality insurance company that has been saving people money for nearly 60 years. What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy, and you should take a closer look at The General. Call 800-GENERAL or visit thegeneral.com. The General Auto Insurance Services, Inc., an insurance agency, Nashville, Tennessee. Some restrictions apply.
WWPR FM HD1 New York.
An iHeart radio station.
Hey, that was that Fabio Foreign. Featured Alicia Keys, Kanye.
I wonder who wrote that verse for Kanye. It was phenomenal.
It was dope.
That was a great verse.
This record is dope.
Except for that whack-ass 100 Goons rolling up the SNL line. But
that record
was a great
dope.
verse.
That record is dope. Shout out to Fabio Foreign.
Alicia Keys killed the hook. Mm-hmm. It's a tough tune right there. Drop on the clues bombs for Fabio Foreign. Tough tune. Tough tune, City of God is.
It is dope. All right, well, let's get into some front page news. Let's talk Fabio Foreign and the mayor.
Yes, Mayor Eric Adams revealed yesterday he'll be rolling out something about drill music. Remember, he called out social media companies. He wants them to remove the violence-glorifying genre from those platforms. He compared it to Donald Trump making the remarks that he made and being banned from social media platforms and being banned from Twitter because of that. And he said if it would be irresponsible to continue to give violent rap music videos a platform. Here were his initial remarks.
And I had no idea what drill rapping was, but I called my son and he sent me some videos, and it is alarming. And we are going to pull together the social media companies and sit down with them and state that you have a civic and corporate responsibility. You know, I mean, we pulled Trump off Twitter because of what he was spewing.
All right. So now he has sat down with people like he was with Fabio Foreign. He was with Mano. So he was with Slow Bucks, both of them, Slow and Bucks. And here is what Mano had to say as he posted a very much needed conversation.
There's been a lot of talk about drill rap, drill music, New York City, connecting violence with the culture. And I just wanted to create a conversation with the mayor. We brought Fabio here. We got Young B-Love here. We got Slow and Bucks here. We got Blige here to talk about, you know, what's really happening, so the mayor could get a real perspective and a real understanding of what drill rap is, and so that, you know, we could have some real dialogue and really start to really make things happen.
Yeah, I'm not for censorship, but I am for censorship, meaning folks should have the sense to not commit violent crimes, but if they do, you know, please have the sense to not rap about it, and please have the sense to not post, you know, videos about it, incriminating yourself and taunting people and traumatizing, you know, families of the people that you've killed. And if you don't have the sense to do that, then yes, those platforms do need to have the sense to not give those kind of videos a platform.
Yeah,
you know?
you can't censor the music, but if you're putting violence on these platforms have the right to pull down if you're showing guns, if you're showing drugs or whatever they want to do. That they do it for any other thing, but you can't censor the music.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing. It's not about censoring the music. How about them brothers should censor themselves? Number one, they shouldn't be committing the crimes. That's number one. And number two, why go incriminate yourself on records and talk about it?
No,
why incriminate yourself in videos?
They definitely they definitely shouldn't.
So how
do
about
that.
they should be censoring themselves? And if we know we are inciting violence, why would we continue to do that by giving it a platform?
But I also think we need more of these conversations like they had, and I think we need more of the homies that people respect to sit down. I remember a while ago when Pop Smoke and Casanova were having problems. Somebody sat them down, and they sat in the same restaurant, and they squashed out, they talked out their beef, and then they were good. And I think we need more of that, because some of this is very stupid. It could be over something very small and minute that they could have squashed, and we don't have to go through this. But they need somebody that they mutually respect to sit down and have a conversation, and we need more of that.
Yeah, and the root cause of the violence is not the drill music. You know, art reflects life. So what's creating that life, you know, for these people to rap about? Society has failed a lot of these individuals. You know what I mean?
Over social media, it could be over a girl, it could be over money,
no,
whatever it means.
Yes, but how about society has failed these individuals because they haven't provided these communities with the resources and the opportunities, you know, to have a different life to rap about.
That's true,
you know, so it's not the root cause of it isn't the music.
It's definitely an ongoing conversation that's going to require multiple ways of trying to fix things. And so, and I will say this, I saw how, you know, Mayor Eric Adams, he's our new mayor, but when he was the Brooklyn Borough president, we did a whole peace march that was pulled together by Bishop Lamar Whitehead, and he's been having these conversations with Fabio Foreign. They did this whole Day of Peace thing during Juve, which is the day before the West Indian American Day Parade. And so they've been talking about this, stopping the violence, and it isn't going to stop. That we have to keep it going and keep the conversation open.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is your front page news.
All right. Now, when we come back, come on, pull up some merry music, man.
Cultural icon.
I got to get in the mood for that.
Legend. A person that I've met several times, and every single time I feel like a complete groupie when I'm around her. My palms get sweaty.
Starstruck.
My mouth gets dry. I get starstruck every single time. It just is what it is. You know, we're talking about Mary J. Blige, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Mary J. Blige will be joining us when we come back.
She's got a new album out called Good Morning Gorgeous.
Play some Mary music right fast. Just here we go.
Oh, come on.
Straight off of the Super Bowl, Mary.
Are you doing a Mary mix? You doing a Mary mix?
I'm doing a Mary mix.
Okay.
Mary will be joining us when we come back. So keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Power 105.1. The Breakfast Club. Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlamagne the God.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Come on, man. The legend. Come on, man. 101.
Destroyed Super Bowl this weekend. Mary J. Blige, welcome.
Peace.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Killed it.
Thank you.
Killed it. I was
you.
there live in person to see the reaction and how you killed No More Drama. First, I need to know, how did you decide what songs you were going to do? Because you have so many.
Well, Dre decided on Family Affair, of course, because he produced it. And Dre decided on No More Drama as well.
Really?
And I thought it was important when he said No More Drama because of the climate of the world right now, just because of how everybody's just tired of everything. So I was like, oh, yeah, this is perfect because I'm feeling like this too, you know.
What song? Did you have any songs in mind?
I mean, I had a lot of songs. I had Real Love and all that, you know. But when he said No More Drama, I was like, it's perfect because the world need to know that we all feel the same way about COVID and the mask and all this stuff that's going on in the world. It's just too much stuff.
What was the call like when they asked you to do the Super Bowl? Who called you and who reached out?
Dr. Dre and Jimmy called me, and I was just resting. It was a rest day. Jimmy gets on the phone and says, Mary, I have a surprise for you. And the surprise was Dre asking me to do the Super Bowl. And that was my day. It made my day. I was laying down, like resting and just having a normal day. And that day just turned into celebration day, telling everybody what was going to happen.
Did you have to think about it? Was it like, maybe, or I got to see, or you right away, you was like, I'm in?
I did not have to think about it at all. Everything is just lined up. I was like, this is it. This is too good. I'm 100% in.
Now, break down the performance, the set, what you wore, everything. How did you come about all that? Was it a group effort? Like,
a lot of designers had their bids in, and so a lot of people sent in sketches. Whoever sent in the best sketch is the one that got picked. And Peter Dundas got picked. And of course, you know, my stylist Jason and I, you know, we were in on all of the critiquing of it and the, you know, making sure it's right and making sure the color is right. And the last decision is mine, and that's what we had on.
You know, I kept thinking, I said, if Andre could have saw you Sunday, like that was the person I really wanted to hear from, because he saw it, you know, from the beginning. Did you think about him a lot?
He saw me.
Yeah, definitely.
He saw me. He was so. I'm sure he was proud. I got, you know, Puff was just elated. Like he just losing his mind. You know, my family was there. And my friends. If it wasn't for my friends Jimmy and Dre, you know, it wouldn't have happened. So I do have some beautiful friends in the industry.
You said you were nervous.
Of course I was. I was nervous at rehearsals.
Really?
I was nervous, period. But when I hit that stage, I was like, whatever, you know.
So when you fell out, that was really just you getting a little rest? Like, because you was like, I did it.
No, that's a sign of like how I felt, you know, like, you know, you just get tired of fighting, you know, tired. So you just like, you just pass out. That's what No More Drama means. Like, you know, I know the world want to just pass out right now, you know, from all of this foolishness.
You know, when I think back about, you know, when Andre said he went to your apartment back in the day and you sang for him, when you think about that young lady, did you see this? Did you see moments like this happening? Did you think it would go this far?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
I did not think it would. I didn't think I would live past my life. But I'm here, and now I'm here, and now I want to be here, and now that's it. You know, nobody can stop that.
Absolutely.
They also talk about Dr. Dre saying that he wants to produce the next album. Did y'all have a conversation? Was that planned, or was that something he just slipped up and said the other day?
No, that was something we didn't plan it. We just was talking about it because that was something I always wanted to do, like do a produced album by Dr. Dre, because everything he does, you know, you're going to get smashes, and you know it's going to be excellent because Dre's, you know, amazing. And I was like, yo, this is a dream come true for me. I want you to produce an album for me. And he was like, oh my God, it's a dream come true for me. And then boom, like here we are. It's really happening. Really like.
Will he really do it though, Dre? I mean,
Yeah,
I know
we're doing
it would be
it.
great to do it, but we
gonna be like the
Rakim album or
No.
the Detox.
No.
Like
The Detox,
I don't
man.
think so.
all these things we look forward to and it doesn't happen.
Nah, not with me, because I'm on it all
Word.
over it. Like, I've been on it since I said something. Like, I've been like, yo, listen to this. Yo, ever since we had the listening session, and he's been sending, stuff back to me. So it's really going to happen.
Absolutely.
Let's talk Hello Gorgeous.
Good morning, gorgeous.
Good morning, gorgeous.
Good morning,
The reason I
gorgeous.
said Hello Gorgeous, but you said the name of the album. Tell people if they haven't heard the album, how'd you come up with the name of the album? I thought it was dope.
Well, the name of the album came from, it's not Good Morning Gorgeous. It's not anything, there's nothing vain about that. It's a positive affirmation.
Absolutely.
It's something I had to say to myself when I was in a very, very dark situation, because I was never enough. I couldn't please this person. Nothing was never enough. So I was like, okay, maybe this person hates me more than I hate me. So I had to find a way to love myself out of that situation. And so I would get up in the morning, and first thing in the morning, and the reason why I chose first thing in the morning because nobody looks beautiful or anything or thinks anything about themselves in the morning except I'm awake. And I said, I would say, go to the mirror and say, good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, something that I wanted to feel good about. And that's where the title came from, me loving my way out of some hell. And that's why I titled the album Good Morning, Gorgeous.
I love that interlude. Was that in the studio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was in the studio with her. I always wanted to work with her. And Lucky Day's a really good friend of mine. And when we got to the session, her was like, well, what do you want to talk about? And everybody just started talking about what they think it should be about. And I was holding back on the title. I didn't want to give it up because I felt so vulnerable. I give so much away. And I was like, F it. Excuse me. I was like, okay, I have this title. It's called Good Morning Gorgeous. And everybody's like, oh, everybody's like, oh, Good Morning Gorgeous. And I started telling everybody, you heard the interlude, about where it came from. And it's here now, the whole thing, and it's not because of like, I'm sitting around thinking I'm Apollonia, Halle Berry, because they're, you think of them, it's like, oh, they're gorgeous, But it's something I had to say to myself so I can manifest something positive in me, about me, and love and now I love me. Really, really, I think I look pretty damn good, you know what I'm saying? But I'm
yeah. We thought that since the Real Love video. What are you talking about?
But
What you mean?
But I haven't. But I didn't even think that then. You see what I'm saying? So this has been a lot. And then when you get with somebody, and then they just take you way down further than what you already were, you start to realize, nah, my life is more important than someone taking it away from me like this. So.
All right, when we come back, we got more with Mary J. Blige. Let's get into a Mary mini mix, man. Mary's here. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
I'm Mary J. Blige. I'm Mary J. Blige. Say what? I'm Mary J. Blige. Taking out your son. You don't know how I do it. It's all because of you. I'm never sad and blue. You brighten up my day in your own special way.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. That was a Mary mini mix. Mary J. Blige is here, straight off the Super Bowl. I seen your interview with Ange, and you were talking about you were so low that you had to go on tour to get back up because he wiped you dry. So all that was true.
Yeah. So everybody wanted to know what the Rent Money song was about. That's what I wrote that song with the writers during that time, because when I had to pay all this alimony and I didn't have no money to pay it, I had to go on tour to pay it. I had to go on tour to pay the alimony. I had to go on tour to pay the rent, because he had spent all the money. By the time I got to the deposition and saw everything that he did, like I didn't have a dollar left. Like he had spent everything. And he knew he spent everything, but still asking me for more money. So that was about a vacancy. There's, if you can't, Rent Money's about a vacancy. That was about that, that
No, when you say no money, like $0, like, 'cause Mary J. Blige broke is probably different than everybody else broke.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess if that's what you want to call it, but it wasn't enough to pay alimony, the alimony that he was asking for. And I had to pay my rent, so, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot that came with that, and I had to go to work, and I think I've been in the industry broke before, like not broke, like, like live, like nothing, but not enough to pay the overhead. We all have an overhead, you know, and I couldn't get the overhead paid, so I had to go work for it, you know. And not that I don't mind working, but it's just
you didn't want to.
It's just for that, you know. Like, come on, son, I gotta work to pay you money. So
how hard is it like to not reach out to your people? Because like you said, you got a great circle. You know, like from the Hoves to the Diddy's. Like, how hard is it not to reach out to them?
I don't like that. I don't like asking people for anything. I have never asked any of my friends for any money. Any of the guys I know, I'm a worker. I get my own. I got it. Okay, cool. Oh, I got to do this. No problem. I just don't want to go to people. I just don't like asking. You know, that's how my mother raised me. Like, don't, you know, if you can do it yourself, don't ask. You know, and I don't. And I know they don't mind. No, I know they would all just do it. But I don't like to feel like I owe people stuff.
But you showed up for so many people. Like, you know, one of my favorite stories is Angie Martinez's book when, you know, she couldn't pay her rent. And you had a check and y'all had to ride around looking for a check cash in place. So it's like you've always showed up for people. So you don't expect that in return?
I just don't like asking people for stuff. I really don't. Especially money. Can I borrow? It just feels nuts coming out of my mouth. Can I borrow? Even though I know you got it, can I borrow $1 million? I don't like it. It doesn't feel right.
Wow. And you're such a New Yorker. I'm listening to the album. I hear Dave East. I hear Fabio. So I was working with always the new up and coming talent.
Amazing. Dave is a dope, talented artist who's always thought provoking in his lyrics and a beautiful person. Favi always wanted to do a drill beat song with me. I said, there you go, Favi. You got it. And Anderson .Paak always wanted to work with Anderson .Paak, always. And it was just a lot of fun, like just to hear these guys on the records, you know, and to see them perform.
Love Without the Heartbreak is a great record. And I love that record. What was that motivation?
You know,
yeah,
what it's saying. We all want love, but we don't want the heartbreak. The heartbreak sucks. Like, you know, that feeling like, damn, like it's over. Or I gotta wait, or, you know, whatever.
And it reminds me of how people a lot of people say, I don't want Mary's music without the heartbreak. Do you think about that when you approach the studio?
No, I don't think about it no more. I think about it from where I am. Like, what am I doing? How am I feeling? I'm not gonna never not have heartbreak because that's just life. Life is people are gonna disappoint you. So
now during the Super Bowl ad, I see you doing an ad for health screenings. Did you have a scare, or was it something that you just like? No, I want women to start making sure they test themselves.
No, I had my grandmother died from cervical cancer. 2 of my aunts died from breast cancer and lung cancer. My godmother passed away when I was a little girl from breast cancer. And what happened is the reason why I wanted to do is because we don't discuss it. Black women, I've never heard it about a mammogram in my home before in my life. So when it came to me, I was like, wow, this is perfect, because now I didn't start getting the mammogram till I was 40. You know, and that was because a doctor said you need to go get a mammogram, and I was like, what's that? And then I went, and it was, you know, they did the whole thing, and if it's early detection, it can save your life. So it was important for me to share the story about me losing these women, and the reason why it was important is because one day they just die, and everybody's like, oh, so-and-so died from cancer. And you're like, why?
Yeah.
You know, and I believe if they had access to this information or the proper health care back in those days, maybe I hope that they would have done it. But that's what causes a lot of, you know, African-American women to pass away from breast cancer like that.
I was also going to ask, did you ever get a break, Mary? Because even during the pandemic and COVID, you were filming, you were working. Did you ever just rest and say, you know what, I can just relax now? Because you always working.
Sometimes I'm home and I take my rest seriously. I sleep hard and play hard. Yeah, I mean, I get rest.
That's why she took that nap during the halftime show. She needed a little nap.
I was tired. You see me laying there like,
Do people talk to you in the street like you are really Monet now?
They call me Mo at that. They always call me, yo, Monet. I'm like, oh God, no, please, can Mary live? Just let Monet be Monet, Mary be Mary.
We know how therapeutic music can be. What about acting? Does it feel like an escape when you playing Monet?
100%. It feels like I'm killing everybody I wanted to kill when I kill them. I feel like I'm cursing out everybody I wanted to curse out when I curse at them. She's definitely my therapy right now.
Word. So you clearly are enjoying it.
Clearly, 100%. Thank you, 50 Cent and Courtney Kemp, for this opportunity to just get it all out.
For people that don't know, how did that come about? Did he reach out to you, or did you reach out to him? How did that happen?
It was a conversation that me, Courtney, and 50 had been having all along about how much I love Power. And they was like, we got to get you on there. I said, absolutely, 100%. Just let me know, holler when y'all ready. And they did. And then we had the meeting and we started discussing, I started telling them my stories about, this woman that I've grown up with. I have all my friends damn near Monets. And my mother, without selling the drugs, she just don't play around. So, and pretty much every woman that's a single parent mother, with their husband in jail or dead or whatever, or Monets. So when I started telling them about the story, and who I grew up with, they were just fascinated and adding things, and just this character just was born. Like, it was beautiful.
Well, you acted before, but is it hard to get into character every time you take on one of these jobs?
Monet is not hard to get in. You just find something and go. But
you envision people when you pull the trigger, like.
Yeah. Yeah. When I did Mudbound, it was easy too. I think I find things that I can really just get into right away, and really be real with it. Where I could draw something from out of me or out of my life into it.
And do you like acting more than music, or do you like music more than acting, or is it phases?
I love them both the same. I think the acting is new, and it's a challenge, and I love a challenge. So that's what's taking a lot of my time right now. But I love singing too.
All right, we got more with MJB, Mary J. Blige. When we come back, let's get into another Mary mix. I mean, Mary's here, damn it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Mary J. Blige. Charlamagne?
You've always been so personally vulnerable. Do you think you'll, start opening up more about childhood? Because I listened to a song like No Idea, and you telling us like you have no idea how it was going down in Yonkers. Like, you think you'd show people more of that soon?
Yeah, I have a memoir coming soon.
Ooh.
That I'm working on, and I let people know a lot of stuff that they didn't know. Yeah.
When's that coming out?
Soon. It's real soon. It's supposed to come soon, but it's supposed to come this month.
Wow.
But I had to pull it back because I want to make sure it's right, and I'm doing so much. I want to have the time to get it right.
How empty did you feel after you completed that?
I felt great. I felt really light, and then sometimes I felt like just crying because it all surfaced again. Like I don't want to talk about it. I'm just got to read the.
Oh man!
I was gonna also ask. I see you doing a Roots picnic, and there was rumors that y'all possibly going on tour. You, Dre, Snoop, Kendrick, Eminem. Is that a word, or was that a conversation, or not at all?
I don't know. I didn't hear that.
Okay, that'd be too expensive.
I didn't hear that.
That'd be too expensive.
That's a rumor.
Would you want to?
I would love to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, that was 2 songs. Like, imagine I have a 2-hour set. I'm performing 2 hours every night of all the Mary J. Blige songs on a tour like that. Come on, with me, Kendrick, Dre, Eminem, 50. No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I want to see a Mary J. Blige halftime show at the Super Bowl just Mary.
By yourself, absolutely.
But I've seen some chicks up there that really, it's like, okay, they cool, but Mary J. Blige is a cultural icon. Like,
yeah, thank you, Charlamagne. I would love to too, but Dre and Jimmy called me. When the Super Bowl calls, then we going.
How would you define this moment in your career?
Amazing. Something I never even dreamed. More than I could hope for. More than I can dream for. Just amazing. A lot of work. A lot of consistent hard work on self. And how I treat myself and how I treat everyone else, and a lot of work, just period, on the business and building the business and keeping the legacy, and just making everything, where one day when I retire, which will probably be soon, I'll be straight, I'll be straight. I mean, I feel good about myself. I didn't borrow anything and didn't pay it back. I got my own everything. I'm good.
What you mean soon? You got a long way to go, man. You still young. What do you mean soon? You must be thinking about some things.
I'm not thinking about. Listen, I got a lot going on. I have production. Blue Butterfly, my my film and TV production. I have a lot of work to do there. We have a lot of things placed. We got a lot of things coming, like for real. And my acting and singing.
Sun Goddess.
And wine, you know, so there's a lot working for me while I'll be sleeping. But I have to keep planting the seeds. Seed time, harvest time. Seed time is long. Seed time, harvest time is like poof. So,
how important is your circle? Because I thought that was so dope to see, like your sister and Angie holding down the Sun Goddess booth at the Super Bowl. Like, how important was it to have your circle with you in that moment? Extremely
important to see how much they love me, and sometimes you just need to lean on them and hug them and lay in their lap and let them hold you. And Angie definitely holds me. You know, my sister definitely holds me. And Misa, all my friends we love each other for real, and we stay out of each other's space. We give each other space. We respect each other. But when we need each other, we just like big babies, and it's just beautiful to have them.
Absolutely.
I look forward to this next project.
I look forward to this book. All right, I'm not going to front.
Excited about the book.
Yes, I want to hear. Is it called My Life? What's it called? Do we have a title?
I don't have a title yet.
Okay. That's what I want.
Well, what joints you want to hear now, Mary? What you want to get into off the album?
I would say go with On Top.
On Top?
Yep.
Featuring Fabio. Okay. Well, let's get into it right now. It's Mary J. Blige featuring Fabio Foreign. It's On Top. And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Hey. Classic 3-6 Mafia sample right there from Mary J. Blige and Fabio Foreign.
Fabio
Foreign. Fabio, I'm old. Don't worry about it. I'm old. I see things the way they are. I'm looking at it. It looks like Fabio.
Shout out to Fabio Foreign.
Salute to Fabio.
All right. Well,
it does look like Fabio, though.
It does.
Yeah.
But it's Fabio. All right. Well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Kanye.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, 20 years later, Genius, a Kanye trilogy, the first part has hit Netflix. And a lot of people are getting some insight into Kanye and how things first kicked off for him. So they're showing him previewing the song All Falls Down in the offices of Rockefeller. And basically, he was seen as a producer, but he really wanted to get signed. And he wanted to get signed on Rockefeller Records. He decides he wants to bum rush the office, play his music, and didn't seem like people were paying too much attention to this hit song. Listen to this.
Couldn't afford a cop, so she named her daughter Alexis. She had hair so long that it looked like Wendy. Then she cut it all off, now she look like Edie. And she be dealing with some issues that you can't believe. Single black female addicted to retail and well. Man, I promise.
I'm doing well in yourself. I asked you about this anyway, but now I'm asking you about it in a different context.
That was such a very interesting part of the documentary because it really shows that it does not matter what other people think of you. It's about what you think of yourself. And that's why your dreams are your dreams and nobody else is supposed to believe in them. But I wonder how other execs in that video feel after seeing how they fronted on Kanye. And I wonder, do you have a vendetta against the industry if you're Kanye forever because of how they fronted on you?
But I think it should make you want to go harder. I mean, I think all of us have been in a situation where somebody doubted us.
No, they didn't doubt him. They just straight up was ignoring him. And by the way, that becomes a hit. That became a hit record. And this is after Kanye had produced the Blueprint
but
and everything else.
But he wasn't a rapper. He was a producer at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just think about how many doors closed in your face. And you tell us all the time. You tell me all the time about people said you would never make it. You'll never be on radio.
And guess what?
You'll never be on television.
And guess what? I just let that hurt go. I hated them niggas.
You still do.
No, I don't. I really don't. Why? I refuse to block them on Instagram. They gonna see this shit.
And you know, I saw a lot of people saying that they knew this was a hit song right away, and how could anybody not know that? Because it do sound dope, but you know, they were at work in the middle of the workday. He did try to bum rush the offices, and I'm sure they also knew him well enough that they're like, you know, sometimes you know people too well, so maybe you don't take it as seriously because you know them.
True, but it's a record label, though. So when we say they at work.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it's a record label. And you know why you see when Kanye, you can walk up to Kanye in the street and start rapping and he'll listen.
Yes.
It's because of that, because he knows how it feels to be fronted on.
Well, that's how Big Sean got his deal. He walked up to Kanye when he was leaving the radio station rapping and he signed him.
All right. Now, in addition to that, they also talk about the making of Izzo, H to the Izzo. And here is what that sounded like when he was working with Jay-Z on that song.
So he was playing that, then he's finna go in the other room. I was like, yo, Hov, I gotta play you one more beat. Then he looked over, he tapped me and said, H to the S-O, V to the S-A, for shizzle, my dizzle, used to triple down to B-A. So we had to figure out the stuff he had to say in between. So it's for shizzle, my dizzle, used to dribble down to B-A. Then he said, H to the S-O, V to the S-A. And he looked at me and said, that's the anthem, get your damn hands up. I was like, Mom, we about to blow up. You gonna blow up.
I love how invested his mom was in his craft.
Absolutely.
Mom knew the lyrics, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and as the more famous he got, the more he wanted his mom around him. I'm sure she kept him grounded, and she was his biggest cheerleader, as we can see in this scene with Donda.
Got a lot of confidence. Come off a little arrogant, even though you're humble and everything. But it'd be important to remember that the giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing.
So do you think I come off too arrogant?
No, come off just right. It's because it's what's inside, because you can't be a star and not be a star. I think the way you handle yourself is really just perfect. But at the same time, if you remember, like, to stay on the ground, and you can be in the air all at the same time. That's what I think it means when it says the giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing. Everybody else sees the giant. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, I love that. All right, so for everybody who's been watching, that was just part one of that trilogy.
No, it's a really good.
Genius.
Yeah, part one was a really good documentary. It makes you think, though, even like, you know, when somebody comes off as arrogant, right, and when they have nothing.
I get it.
That's where the humility comes from, having nothing. But when you get everything, right, that money and that power just multiplies whatever it is you already were, right?
Yeah.
So if you were arrogant, you'd be 100 times more arrogant with the money and the power.
But I think it's also when you are creative and you're doing things and people are, you know, disrespecting your talent and disrespecting what you create. And then when it finally pops, it's almost like you want to give a middle finger to the world.
But you gotta let that hurt go, though, right?
It's hard to.
It's like a chip. It's like a chip on your shoulder. And then seeing how much his mother impacted him, I think we all knew that. And to have her not here with him, we don't. We can't even imagine how that affects him every day.
No, 100%. But I just feel like, you know, you do have to let that hurt go, because if not, you end up just projecting that pain on other people.
You're definitely supposed to, but it's to the point where, you know, he hasn't got his answers to why, I'm sure. Like, why you ished on me? Why didn't you listen?
He just didn't get it. And does it matter?
For him, it might.
Nah, you got to let that hurt go. I get it, though. But you do have to let that hurt go.
Yeah, I think it's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
All right. Well, it's easy to say, let that hurt go, but it's not so easy to do it all the time. All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
You should, though, for your own well-being.
Hey, you say that. But there's times, and you know me, myself, I don't let that issue go.
And it'll eventually cannibalize.
We know, Envy.
I'm sure.
Yes,
I'm sure.
It'll eventually cannibalize.
I'm sure, but I don't want to.
You gotta let it go.
No,
it's like holding your poop, man.
No, when I let it out, it'll all come out.
All right,
and
guys,
that's what you gotta do.
That's your rumor report.
Watery,
empty
diarrhea, and everything out.
Butt. Let all of that go, Envy. Empty your butt. EYB. Repeat after me. Empty your butt. That is your positive affirmation for the day. Let that go. Okay.
Empty your butt.
There you go. Don't you feel it?
No.
Don't you feel it moving through your stomach?
No, man.
You're going to have to poop in about 20 minutes.
Yo, get out of here, man. Who you giving your donkey to, man?
A scammer named Robin. Okay, Robin Folsom. She needs to come to the front of the congregation. That might be a good seminar. EYB. Empty your butt. But yes, speaking of scams, Robin Folsom, she needs to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with her.
Guess where she's from?
And shut up.
Brooklyn or Florida? Which one?
She's neither, actually.
Really?
Mm-mm.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our audible pick of the day is Deepak Chopra's Mind, Body, Zone. In this podcast, Deepak talks with guests like John Batiste and helps listeners redefine their lives. Sign up for a free 30-day Audible trial at audible.com/breakfast club.
WWPR FM HD1 New York.
An iHeart radio station.
Don't be out here acting like a donkey.
Hee-haw, bitch.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I'm a big boy. I could take it. If he feel I deserve it, ain't no big deal.
I know Charlamagne guy gonna have some funny shit say out his mouth.
If you gotta say something you may not agree with, doesn't mean I'm mean.
Who's getting that donkey? That donkey. That donk.
Donkey of the day, right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
Donkey of the day for Thursday, February 17th goes to 43-year-old Robin Folsom. Do you know who Robin Folsom is? She's a former Georgia official. She was a director of external affairs for the Vocational Rehabilitation Agency. In between her, Tinder swindler, and Zachary Horowitz, who was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for scamming investors out of an estimated $650 million. Scammers are having the worst week ever. Okay? Maybe not Tinder swindler because he just signed to an agency and it seems like his bad behavior, his scamming ass ways are being rewarded. But people like Robin Folsom are getting caught up after living their best lies. I'm living my best lie. All you scammers living your best lies intrigue me. Okay, I can totally understand why you would do a documentary on the Tinder swindler. I am fascinated by Zachary Horowitz's story because he raised $650 million from investors, had investors thinking they would be acquiring licensing rights to films that HBO and Netflix had agreed to distribute abroad. How was that not interesting to someone? If you have ever launched a startup or tried to get funding for a project, then you know how hard it is. Okay, so to see this man raise $650 million, I'm impressed. Okay, I just sit back and I think to myself, though, like, you are a Hollywood actor. Do you know what kind of independent films you could be producing with that kind of money? If you know those kind of investors, then they clearly believe in you, which is why they gave you that kind of bread to begin with. So why come up with a scam instead of a legit plan to do the right thing with that money you raised? I don't know. Whatever. It's not about Zachary, though. It's about Robin. Okay? Robin's scam is pretty impressive, too. Now, she didn't raise nowhere near the money Allen did, but her finesse game got her what she wanted. See, she clearly wanted some time off and wanted to get paid for it, so she decided that maternity leave would be the best option. Well, you need to be pregnant, and have a baby for maternity leave, right? Somebody got to shoot that club up. Mm-hmm. Wrong. Not in the scammerverse. In the scammerverse, you can be whatever you need to be to get to the bag. Let's go to WSB TV2 for the report, please.
Robin Folsom earned about $100,000 a year as the senior communications official with the Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency. Now she's facing a 4-count indictment that accuses her of faking a couple of pregnancies in order to collect family medical leave pay to which she was not entitled. A coworker saw something very strange and blew the whistle.
We thought there had to be a misunderstanding. We couldn't believe it.
State Inspector General Scott McAfee about the tip that led to the indictment of 43-year-old Robin Folsom. According to McAfee, one of Folsom's colleagues witnessed what appeared to be a portion of Folsom's stomach come away from her body last March. The coworker suspected Folsom was wearing one of these so-called fake pregnancy devices or costumes, which are widely available online. State investigators and the Attorney General's office built this indictment largely around Folsom's alleged lies. That included the creation of a fake person to be the fake father.
We ultimately didn't find any evidence that he existed, and that's why she's also been charged with identity fraud.
She faked a pregnancy. She had a fake baby daddy. 43 years old, out here faking high-risk pregnancies. All right, she made up a fake baby daddy. You know what the dude's name was? Brian Otemembibwe. It's spelled Otemembebwe. Sounds Nigerian. Coincidence for a scammer to choose that name? I think not. All right, he was a made-up person, and when investigators pressed her on him in October of 2021, she doubled down and said the man really existed. All right, she lied and told the agency that she gave birth once before in July 2020 and got pregnant again in August 2021. But the investigation found there was no official records of Robin Folsom having given birth, and her insurance records didn't indicate any pregnancy or delivery. My problem with people like this is they are actually smart. She already had a job that was paying $100,000 a year in Georgia. That's good money. Okay, these are ingenious ideas these scammers come up with to make money. All they have to do is direct their energy to something legit, and they could actually probably have the same results, the same type of success, but for some reason they choose a life of crime instead of going into whatever their real passion is. All right, Robin got paid maternity leave. She had her fake Nigerian baby daddy send an email to her bosses that said she was under doctor's orders for several weeks of bed rest after giving fake birth to a baby in May of 2021. You come up with a plan like that, you can come up with a plan for anything. All right. Do you know the level of commitment it takes to hold up that kind of lie? There are people who can't even commit to the truth in the way that Robin committed to that lie. So this just shows me that Robin, whatever you chose to commit to in life, you would have accomplished. But you chose crime. Now you are charged with 3 counts of making false statements and 1 count of identity fraud. A local grand jury indicted her ass. Look, man, they say the money's the same whether you earn it or scam it. Probably true. But the consequences of what comes with that money are not. All right? Earn your money, good consequences. Scam your money, jail, prison. Please give Robin Folsom the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
All right.
Nope. It's a white-collar crime, so you already know what race she is. Okay?
Let me see.
All right.
Wow.
What you mean, wow? You knew that. It's a white woman. Come on, stop.
She used a Nigerian last name. That threw me off a little
That's what you do. She was sending an email. How many scamming emails have you gotten from Nigerians? Come on. She knew what she was doing.
You suck, man. I wanted to play a game. Pause.
I'm gonna get you the
Wow, what did you do?
I'm gonna get you the fake baby pregnancy kit. I'm gonna buy that for you. Okay?
I'll pass.
We gonna have to make a bet. You have to walk around and tell people you're pregnant for me.
Nope.
And okay, if
I'm
you
pregnant
don't,
from who?
me.
No.
All right.
What's wrong
and
with
if
you,
you
man?
don't, I'm gonna wear it and say I'm pregnant from you. So either way, this game will be played.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
All
So
right.
you're gonna play it my way or my way. All right.
Ask Ye is next. 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, call Ye now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Come on.
Need relationship advice? Need personal advice? Just need real advice. Call up now for Ask Ye.
Keep it real.
Good morning. It's Ask Ye. What's up, Trish?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I had a question because me and my boyfriend have been together for about a year, and I recently just met his kids back in December, and then his kid's mother, they end up getting into it about something, and now he can't see his kids. I mean, we end up having words, but now, he's really in his feelings about his kids. Of course, he can't see them. And I'm just like, I don't know if I should, be the bigger person and try to reach out to her or just get some advice on the whole situation. What do you think I should do?
Well, do you have a relationship with her at all? Have y'all ever spoken? Are you guys cordial?
It was not a good interaction. It was not.
Well, then I don't think it's a good idea for you to. I don't think it's a good idea for you to involve yourself. This is something that all you can do is support him and whatever his efforts are and help give him some solutions and some ideas of what it is that he can do, whether it's something that's legal, whether it's, I would first, if I was him, try to approach this thing from a diplomatic situation, maybe talk to her family or another way to go about it. I think it would only make it worse if you try to put yourself in the middle because that's going to really make her angry. And I'm sure right now she's in her feelings. And so you involving yourself in his business with his children is not a good idea.
Right.
It might actually cause more harm than good. But all you can do is be there for him and let him know, okay, here's here's some options of things you can do. Let me know if you need me to do anything, and that's it. Because putting yourself in the middle, no.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
No problem. I hope y'all work it out. Well, I hope he works it out because all she's doing is hurting the children by trying to punish him.
Right. Exactly. Well, thank
all right,
you
Trish.
so
Good
much.
luck.
Bye.
All right, we got more Ask Ye when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
I'ma keep it real with you.
Get some real advice with Angela Yee. It's Ask Ye.
Good morning. It's Ask Ye. Jayla, what is your question?
Hi. This is really a question. It's a question for you, Angela. So my
Okay.
boyfriend and I we're trying to get into real estate. We want to do flipping and get some rental properties, just for some extra cash. And I reached out to this real estate investor. Right, he has a apprenticeship and a mentorship program. So we had a meeting with him, and everything was good, like the services that he was offering and everything. But when we got to the end of the meeting and he told us the price, it kind of hit us on the head. Right. So
Yes, girl. Because you could be using that money to actually put into the real estate.
Exactly, and that's what a lot of people were saying. And it's really expensive. It was like over $15,000 for a year of mentorship apprenticeship.
Nope.
And we don't have that money to just be given to somebody.
Jayla, can I give you some advice? And this is something that I learned, and I know people personally who have done this. Why don't you get your real estate license?
A lot of people have been saying that. And the only reason I'm just hesitant, like, I don't want to do that, is because I have no interest in being a realtor. So
yeah, but you have interest in doing real estate and flipping properties, right? And I must explain to you why I think it's a good idea. Because if you're going to spend $15,000 and do a year apprenticeship, you might as well go on ahead and take those real estate classes online, take the test, get your license, and then you'll have access to properties that people won't get a chance to see before it hits the market. You'll be able to network in that way. And then you also won't have to pay a fee to a realtor if you want to get a property. It just gives you a lot more access, and you'll learn a lot. And you'll learn a lot more taking these real estate courses than you would in an apprenticeship, because you'll learn how all the rules and regulations work. You'll learn how to do everything that you need to do, so you won't have to rely on anybody else.
that is solid advice. And I have done that advice before too, but I never looked at it like, that way, from that angle. I just looked at it like, I don't want to be a realtor, so.
Yeah, no, and listen, having your real estate license doesn't mean you have to become a realtor, but it's just something that if this is a way you want to make money, you have to be invested in doing that. I actually got I took the real estate classes. I just have to take the test. But when I tell you, I learned so much about real estate, about mortgages, about different laws, about how you can, financially protect yourself, all of those things. And for you, if you want to be somebody who's really great at doing this, then I feel like instead of doing a year apprenticeship and paying $15,000 to somebody else, the courses were like $500 online, and that's a real investment. And I think a lot of times we say we want to do things. If you want to do it, take it seriously and do what you need to do for yourself. And this is something that you'll have, that I think could be beneficial. Even having your real estate license, if you find a property and you don't buy it and you refer it to somebody else, you can get paid off of that too, without even having to buy anything.
That is solid advice. Thank you so much.
All right, Jayla, good luck. Get it going.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was Asky, 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and Nick Cannon, is he really trying to get Mariah Carey back with that song he put out, Alone? Well, here's what he had to say when we come back.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
All right, well, Nick Cannon is explaining that song Alone that he put out. People were saying that he was singing about his ex-wife, Mariah Carey. And here's what he had to say on his show about that song, because he also sampled Mariah Carey on that song.
You realize, man, I really messed up. I had probably the greatest situation. I had my dream girl, and I messed it up. So don't clap for that. No, but to be honest and vulnerable, I understand why you're clapping. So the song wasn't really about trying to get her back. It was taking ownership of what I did as a man and owning my flaws, and expressing it through song.
Oh, so the song was about her.
Yeah, so the song is about her, but it wasn't about getting back together. He knows that it's impossible, but he said it was just therapy for him, and I guess he's just being accountable.
Now, that's impressive, too. I wonder when a person realizes that it's over and getting back with that person is not a possibility. I wonder when do you allow yourself to get to that point, or when do you get to that point? When do you realize that is what I'm trying to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, she has a whole new boyfriend now, and he's had several children since then, and their kids are 10.
I think that's part of it.
So it does take time.
I think that's part of it, because they both moved on at a particular time, and Nick Cannon got with about 4 or 5 kids after that. So,
True.
Yeah, and he's expecting his 8th child now, so Yeah. All right, now the baby is being sued by Daniela's brother Brandon Bills because of their recent fight at that bowling alley that happened in California. So according to the lawsuit, Brandon Bills is saying he walked by the baby in the bowling alley and the baby suddenly attacked him, leaving him with severe injury and pain. He said he didn't fight back, and the baby's assault resulted in physical and psychological damage, plus medical bills and sustained disability.
No.
You can't do that.
That's not how any of this works. Okay, this is one of the main issues I have with this era. Nobody wants to deal with the consequences of their actions. You threatened that man. You told that
him to a
man
fist fight.
You had an issue with him. You told him when he came to L.A. it was on site.
On site.
All right? And even after the fact, you said you wish you had somebody else with you. You know what I'm saying? Because it would have went down a whole different way. So, no. You got to take that L, King. Like, you just got to take that L.
Yeah, I don't understand that. You can't threaten me, say when I see you it's on site, and then when we see each other, we get into it. Because now I'm on defense. You told me you're gonna put hands on me when you see me.
That's right.
You said on site. That's what on site means. And now when I see you, I'm scared. I'm defending myself.
That's right. And any of you people talking about, oh, he got jumped. Yes, he did get jumped. But guess what? You can't pick the consequences of your actions. You know what I mean? Like, I can say anything, I can do anything, but I can't tell somebody else how to respond. That's how they chose to respond. You just got to take the L, my brother. It's a L. It is what it is. You'll be okay.
All right. And The God's Honest Truth with Charlamagne is renewed for season 2 at Comedy Central. Do you want to give us some details?
Bae's back.
Hey, man, you can watch the first season, the whole first season on Paramount Plus right now. It's streaming all 12 episodes. And, we'll be back this summer. Salute to my man, Stephen Colbert. Salute to Aaron Magruder. Salute to my showrunner extraordinaire, Rachel Edwards. And, just the whole team of The God's Honest Truth. We happy to be back. We thank God for it all.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So follow us at See the Show, CTHASHOW, for more updates. Because, we're always constantly dropping, content until we come back. And I'll be doing a series of one-on-one interviews in conjunction with The God's Honest Truth, leading up to the premiere this summer. So, yes, we thank God for it all, man.
Okay. And in other television news, Hillsong, a megachurch exposed docuseries, has gotten a release date. That's going to be on Discovery Plus. All 3 episodes are dropping on March 24th. So, that Hillsong megachurch has made famous by people like Justin Bieber, the Kardashians, and other stars as well. But there was all kinds of drama that happened. And music was really a part of that worship. Pastor Carl Lentz became a star in his own right, but then he had an affair, and that contributed to his downfall. So now they're doing a whole docuseries on that.
Well, salute to my man Carl Lentz. That's my man. I haven't spoken to him in a minute. I'm actually probably hit him up today, but salute to Carl Lentz. He's a good person. He's a good person, and we all make mistakes.
All right, and the Larry David story is happening. That is a documentary. He created Seinfeld. He has Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's a 2-part documentary about him. That's going to happen on Tuesday, March 1st at 9 p.m. And it will also be available for streaming on HBO Max. So it's going to be on HBO and then also on HBO Max. So I'm excited to see that because, I love Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I love Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I hope that they don't play it safe. You know what I mean? Because Curb Your Enthusiasm is a show that's been around long before cancel culture. You know what I mean? And they've explored a lot of different topics on that show, including, the N-word and how it's used. So I hope that they don't play it safe, and I hope that they actually have those real conversations about comedy and what comedy was and some of the choices they made on that show. Because I feel like they've always made smart choices that some would deem problematic now, but I hope they don't run from it.
Yeah, and that show, Curb Your Enthusiasm, had a whole nother season. They definitely did not stray away from the controversy, and it's funny, it's smart, so yeah, excited to see this. All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
All right, and let me shout out to my Hamptonian sister, Wanda Sykes. She's going to be one of the hosts on the Oscars. Also Amy Schumer and Regina Hall, so I just wanted to shout her out. And shout out to all the Hampton University alumni out there.
Wanda went to Hampton?
Wanda Sykes, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Salute to Wanda.
Yeah, so shout
out to Will Packer, who's producing that, as we discussed the other day, too. So that's exciting that he put all 3 of them as the hosts.
Yeah, shout out to Will Packer. Good brother, too. All right. Now, up next is the People's Choice Mix. Get your request in. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
The General Insurance is a quality insurance company that has been saving people money for nearly 60 years. What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy, and you should take a closer look at The General. Call 800-GENERAL or visit thegeneral.com. The General Auto Insurance Services, Inc., an insurance agency, Nashville, Tennessee. Some restrictions. EJ, Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's Black History Month. What we doing?
Listen, man, every day during Black History Month, the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network, we drop a daily podcast called I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either. Okay? In today's episode, my man B-Dot is going to tell you the story of Claudette Colvin.
How art thou?
I didn't know, maybe you didn't need.
What's really good? B-Dot here. I am in High Point, North Carolina at the High Point Museum. History everywhere. Let's check this Jeezy out. Well, on today's episode of I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either, we're going to talk about Claudette Colvin. Because at the age of 15, March 2nd, 1955, they told her to get up out her seat. They told Claudette, hey girl, get to the back of the bus. You know the rules around here. Claudette said, nah. Felt like Sojourner Truth was on one side and Harriet Tubman was on the other side, holding her down. She said she couldn't get up. So they locked her ass up. At the age of 15, 9 months later, Rosa Parks does the exact same thing. But Rosa Parks was an adult. And she was the secretary of the NAACP. So the NAACP and other organizations was like, we're not gonna rock with Claudette Colvin. She's 15, and her background is a little, you can do your own homework to find out what the background was. They felt that middle-aged Americans would be able to accept Rosa Parks a lot better. And they were right. But let us not forget Claudette Colvin. She did it first, and just recently, all of her criminal record was expunged. Ain't God good? I didn't know. Maybe you didn't either.
I didn't know.
Oh, it's interesting. Listen.
All right, well, happy Black History Month.
That's right, and make sure you download I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either. It comes out daily on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network, available everywhere you listen to podcasts, hosted by my guy, B-Dot. Salute to B-Dot.
All right, now keep it locked. We got the positive note when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Yes, and can I give a quick shout out to Deborah Cox? You know, I'm in Atlanta. I've been filming for that show, First Wives Club, and I actually had a scene with her yesterday, and she's super amazing. I just love Deborah Cox. It was really exciting to be able to work with her, so I just want to shout her out and everybody from the team over here at First Wives Club on BET.
Yeah, salute to Deborah Cox. Salute to Jilly from Philly, too. Jill on that show, right?
Yes, I had a scene with Jill. Yeah, I had a scene with Jill Scott also, so I'm really excited for that. But I'm just happy that they included me. I actually played myself on there, Angela. So, it was just dope to work with the two of them. It was fun. I was excited. I was nervous, but I just want to thank Jill Scott and Deborah Cox for making me feel so comfortable.
All right.
Dope.
Now, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do. The positive note is simply this. Sometimes it is best just to be quiet and let God show people.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?